spawn at B, and we'll fall back to C point supply.
Damn, this is a meanie. It's true. Very mean.
He once said my hair didn't look nice.
What'd I do?
Said my hair didn't look nice.
It's true. I've said
Hairline's
that
a bit crooked, bud. I'm kidding, I love you, don't take it personally.
What are you saying, Chili?
Did you not watch Timmy Turner?
No.
Now, can you bring palace guards? And we're all going to spawn at B and then move back to C supply.
Alright, Ted, could you switch to Palace Guards? Thermite, could you switch to Madao?
Absolutely not.
Oh, Sag. Thank you. Love you.
Fucking better.
Actually, Thermite, yeah, I'm fine with you staying on,
Wow!
Excellent
Kidding.
self-meeting.
Alright, so for the, let's do, Career Unit, just do a 5-man push up the staircase to take the supply. And then y'all have 5 on defense, just to see what it looks like with, even numbers.
So
Obviously, in TW, we know there's probably going to be more than 5 on some pushes and and most defenses, but we're more looking at you using your abilities and your units correctly to push.
Hey, you mentioning stairs reminds me, for anybody who's not super well versed with 40s, they don't like stairs. They don't like stairs at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
another thing we should go over, yeah.
that's a mistake that the defenders did on Ratot Var. They put their 40s on the staircase. Ours pushed right up under them, and that's why even though technically on that front gate push we were outnumbered, it didn't matter because we were pushing up and under their pikes and killed them because of that.
So the pikes point straight, so if you're higher up the stairs than the enemies, you just
So,
stick their hair.
We want
not
to just
actually hitting
have Ben bring his Madaus again, and we can demonstrate.
Yeah, we'll
so
do
we can
that.
make
The
sure
same
everyone can
exact
see it.
thing, just on the staircase. Yep. Alright, and again, defenders, let's pull your units for now, pull them back to home. Attackers, let's keep our units down from C. Don't put them on C yet, keep them below C, so we can get drills going on the stairs.
And make sure do not step on the point until told to. I mean, the
Yeah.
attackers specifically, anyways. Don't
Yeah.
start
Move
taking
your-
So again,
White
defenders,
Jackal,
let's get your
can you move
units back to home for now.
Back to home, guys.
Our team has captured point A.
Alright, and so when we do get going, the first 5 that will be pushing up the staircase will be Aronis, Huggy Wuggy, Ted, I don't know how to say your name, Thermite, and Oara.
You know how to say it, you just don't want to say Ted Kaczynski.
It's a very simple name.
Shush.
It
Is it
definitely doesn't
Kaczynski?
have any bad connotations.
It is. It's
I thought it was
Kaczynski.
Kaczynski. It doesn't look like Kaczynski.
You
That
can also
is
just shorten it.
Kaczynski.
You can also just shorten it to Unabomber.
Alright, so there are like definitely more than 5 units here.
I was told to be here.
So again, Aronis, Huggy Wuggy,
Ben,
Ted
can you go ahead and bring
Kaczynski,
up your
Thermite, and Ara should be the only people on the staircase.
Where do you want me to
Everyone else should be on ping,
So,
down by B.
defenders, you can go ahead and come out with your hero to the top of the stairs so you can see, but I don't want any units out here yet.
Yeah, units should be back by B, unless you're the 5 that I called.
So, if you're defending this point, right? If you're ever defending stairs at all, rather, you have to remember that until
Don't move the medals back! Get the medals back!
Literally, the 40s are not hitting any of those, right?
Yeah,
Not a
don't
single
bring your
one.
units forward.
That last guy got hit a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because the fortifications are just pointing out into the air instead of down. You have to have your 40s at the top of the stairs, or just back from the bottom of the stairs, but not on the stairs. And
They can
this
also-
even is a little too close. You really want them a little further back even than that.
Another good way to dodge that is to have them sitting at the side of the top of the stairs and pointing into the top of the stairs. Just
Yep,
these stairs
yep.
are too wide.
Well,
Yep, yep.
no, even on the staircase, you could put them right here where I just got hit by an annoying
And the same
blade.
thing, all you guys move back down to the first. All you guys move back down to the beginning of the stairs. I need to show something.
Yeah,
Alright.
all-
So the
right
same
here.
thing applies when you're going up the staircase with fortifications, right? I have a enemy hero come up above
Yeah,
my 40s
I got
here.
you.
Right. Walk into him. You see how few are actually hitting as he walks in?
Even when I'm standing up here, they can't hit
Right.
me.
I'm right in front of them, and only like 2 are
If you're
hitting
back
me.
here, then you'll hit people as they get to the base of the staircase. Right? Now the guys, careful.
Yeah, don't die,
Um,
don't die.
But if you're right at where basically, whenever you have angled terrain, if you're right where the angle changes, you're going to be missing a lot of your hits.
Yep.
So you just have to make sure that you're either slightly back from it or to the side of it to where they have to actually walk into the pikes.
Any questions on that? Any questions on that?
And the same applies to imp pikes, right? They'll still CC, but you're actually doing less damage when most of them are not really hitting people.
Yep, that's true.
So
Yeah,
you're
the ones
saying
that don't really struggle are going to be the Medal.
Oh,
where
I'm
you
sorry.
have
I didn't mean to
to
trigger them. I didn't mean to trigger them.
How's it going, Arkham?
Hey,
so real quick, when we hit this part of the stairs, this platform, you're gonna have your Forte straight, and your shields are gonna start going left, I assume. And then we start pushing for their point.
No, not necessarily. You want your shields to be with your pikes as much as possible. Now, if
You
you
want
let's say
your
you're pushing
shields
this
to cover
point,
your pikes.
let's assume you're pushing towards this supply point. You might say, "Hey, one person, Diarchus, you're going left, right? He's going to take his unit and go this way." Everyone else should still be sticking together, having their shields protecting the pikes, pushing up with the pikes, right this way, right? You might call out a specific person or a specific unit to split off and go a different direction, but generally you want your shields with your pikes as much as possible.
Alright, so any questions on that front? If not, we're gonna start with the first pushing. Nope, okay. So again, the first 5 is gonna be Aronis, Huggy, Ted, Thermite, and Aura. Y'all are going to be pushing up, and you're going to be pushing towards supply. Krieger, could you choose 5 people?
All right.
They're going to hold them at the top of the staircase.
Bao, Trix, Diarchus, and Diagu?
I'm fine with you keeping ball boys. They cause some
Wait, was
decent
that 5?
disruption, and you'll only have 1 short sword in your group.
You guys
Sorry,
can
what's
vote. Everyone I just called, you can go ahead and bring your units to the top, and we'll try to defend this push.
Boy, what about I get sandwiched?
So, the things we're looking for on this is calling your advances, positioning your troops, and
Keep
using your hero's
units on the
abilities.
stairs at the bottom.
Everyone, if you're not in the 5-man that's pushing, go ahead and move your troops outside of that area.
Yeah, so these 40s are fine. I would have them slightly further back. Just slightly.
Okay.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell them. This is why we're drilling it.
With such a wide choke point to cover, would it make more sense to put them in F2 than F3?
If
Yes.
there's a full push coming here, so what I would do
Don't
is
ever
if it's a
F2 your
full-on push, right, if it's a 10-man push, you might do it if there's a cav charge or something, but generally what you want to do is keep them in F3 and just maneuver them side to side behind your shields to where the pressure is heaviest.
Yeah, because if you put them in
That makes
F2,
sense.
they have no DPS. They're all of their damage, so them supplying that damage from long range is useless because they're not layered.
so the biggest issue with F2 is this is why it's awful. Is if you put it in F2 and then you run cav at that right now. Let's say you run monos at that. Everything in the middle there, you're talking about probably somewhere like 18 to 19, maybe even 20 of your pikes will all hit the same target, and it does nothing. They'll just rip right through you. You'll kill like 2 monos probably, and the rest of them will just travel through you and kill one unit.
Whereas F3 will full stop them.
Yeah, even F1 is more effective at that. So yeah, I would never, ever, ever for any
So-
reason use F2.
So, for example, yeah, and I would say F1 probably over F2 every time. But so, for example, let's say they're pushing up here, right? And you see 3 heroes are on the right side. Well, you can assume they're probably going to push hard on the right side. So you might reposition your Forte Brachios to the left side on the top, right? That way they have more defense on the left side. But if they're coming up this side with a bunch of units, then you want to reposition them to this side. You just have to kind of judge where the pressure is going to be heaviest and reposition them as needed.
Now, also, Palace Guards, if you're holding somewhere, you can go ahead and brace, because that puts the re-brace on, already starts the cooldown. So if they, you're braced, say 17, 20 seconds in advance, by the time that they get to you, you're already going to be able to shield bash and brace again. Does that make sense?
Do you want them to defend the first landing?
No, the second landing. The first landing, I feel like Archon, correct me if I'm wrong, but defending the second landing is very uncommon, and when they do, we generally breeze right through it.
If you defend up here in a territory war, as a defender, you're losing this map. Yeah.
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 But this is, funnily enough, they defended this, and for some reason we lost momentum at this push, because people stopped committing through.
Yeah, so what they basically what they tried to do, and this is the only thing that this area right here is effective for, is like slowing you down.
Yep.
Basically, just trying to give you time to set up back there. And what they did is they had a lot of cav, and they were just swarming down from the back. They would come down from the smaller staircase on the other side, and it just created a lot of, confusion, because we had people going into the fight and then trying to run up here to stop it. And they had a lot of cav, and they would just continue to flank and then cause disruption back here. So
keep an eye on the clock.
A while to kind of knock that out and kind of contain it.
Yeah, the clock's 6
Yeah,
minutes
that's a good
now.
point. Yeah, well, we're just going to go through and let about 10 people push.
Which side did you want us to defend on?
This side, still
Alright,
right.
just
Y'all are
make
right.
Okay.
Yep. So again, Aronis, Huggy Wuggy, Ted, Thermite, and Aura, you're going to be pushing up. You can use hero abilities, obviously. So short sword, obviously you're going to be thunderstrucking to get through the pikes. Same thing to the defenders Krieger called. You're going to use your hero abilities and your unit abilities. All right, and when you're ready.
On me.
Wow. Great. See how he rolled out of there after the Thunderstruck?
Alright.
And I'm through, and if I wanted to, I could take supply right now.
Yep, that was actually
You're
really
through,
well
and
pushed.
most of the attackers' units are still alive, and you'll have supply. Easy, right? Alright, everybody reset. We'll get another 5-man.
Yeah, so on attackers, it'll be, Ben, you want to go ahead and just switch, you're light armor. I don't know why you're light armor, but you're light armor for something. We want to do, I guess, fine. We'll do Ben, Tripping, Arundel, Rovern, and Digital Order. Do you have a short sword on you, Rovern?
Yeah, give me a second.
Alright, thanks.
Alright, on defense, it's going to be Ilum, White Jackal. Make sure, if I called your name before, just make sure I don't pick you twice. Leo and KB. That's 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll bring my Fortibraccios.
Alright, there you go.
And a couple comments on that. So on defense, it didn't seem like your Fortibraccios, you didn't move them back out of the imp advance, right? You just let them get imp blocked. And whoever had the imp pikes, I believe it was Trix, right?
No, it was me.
That was a good walk, but if you didn't notice, this top of the staircase here blocks your walk. So you have to be here if you're going to block from the side, right?
See, even as a hero, I can't walk. Half the time
I
I'm
don't.
stuck right there.
Krieger, last round we also didn't have like every single unit there. It looked like from my numbers.
No, you
All right, Bow, what are you doing?
Have out. So your imp advance would have been a lot more effective if half the unit wasn't stopped from this little piece of staircase. So you got to make sure stuff like that you're actually in the right position to walk. One other thing, I did a sneaky on y'all and told one of our palace guards to go over this staircase and flank you and rear charge you. And nobody called it. Not a single attacker said anything in comms when you got rear charged by palace guards.
That's a problem. So, as an attacker, as a fighter,
Yeah, I
you
know
have
they're
to be
right.
able to call things out. So if you're getting flanked, you have to say, yo, we're getting flanked by whatever. Okay? You can't just walk, oh, we're getting flanked, oh, whatever. No one needs to know that. Alright, I'm gonna run cap C, so it gives us a little extra time.
Yep.
So again, we're gonna have Ben, Tripping, Arundel, Rovern, and the Digital Order on attack. And the 5 that Krieger said for defense.
If you're not
So-
in the group that said for defense, get off to the side over here so you're not interfering.
Yeah, and do not bring a unit forward. If you are not in that 5.
We have one extra unit. Who's it?
If it's a unit of IPGs, it might be
Bow.
Bows.
Tricks. Do you want to have what guys here?
Right. It's not a matter of aiming it. It's a matter of the unit shouldn't have been there.
No. I do want one imp. So whichever one of you wants to be on this time.
Who just charged forward? Come on, guys.
Yeah, someone just charged the gray hairs.
Hey, hairs, come on.
Yeah, and that's what happens when a single unit goes into a death ball.
Alright, pro tip, instead of saying someone did, let's start hitting tab and calling the person out directly.
So the only gray hairs on offense are tripping. Tripping, why'd you do that? I want a reason.
We gotta go. We have 4 minutes.
We'll tell
4
you when to
minutes
go.
is plenty of
Yeah,
time.
so we'll tell you when to
We
go.
have enough time to get this last charge in, so we can...
Alright, do you have another shield unit tripping?
Yeah, I got palace guards.
Alright, go grab your palace guards. Wait until we say go.
Alright, defense. Y'all in position?
I don't think so.
We're missing a forte.
We have one
ignore
imp, one party,
me
2
off
palace
the
guards,
second.
1 stalwart.
No, we don't have 5
So I have a question for these imp pikes right here. What are you doing? This does nothing. Advance from there and it does nothing.
Also, stalwarts shouldn't be in Shieldtron.
No, they should not.
Correct.
They should always be in F2. If you're gonna have stalwarts, and that's your only shield unit, it should be F2 or in the advanced formation. And they're sticking in Shieldtron for some reason.
Jackal, that's your units.
So, I want... No, not line. You want your stalwarts in Shieldtron? Or, sorry, square, whatever it's called, block.
Turtle.
Over your Fortebraccios.
Yep. And brace.
Fortebraccios. This is a pretty good position, but you're a little too far back. They can come walk up and go around you. So you need to have more threat on the staircase.
So just a little more forward.
Imps, you want to be in your circle formation and further back, right? Because on your defense, as imp pikes, you're not walking ahead of the attack, right? You want them to push in, and then you counter walk.
Yeah, so imps, you should be
So
probably
you
right
should be
back
out
here.
of range of the first imp walk on the attack side.
Yeah, and
Further
again,
back.
you're angled
Right
off
over
in a
here.
line. Half of your
Remember,
unit
he
is
said
running
circle
into an
formation,
invisible
not
wall.
line.
Whoever has the imps, right over here.
Yeah, we never want to be advancing off a ledge because you can't. Like, units cannot do that. Alright. About ready to get
What?
this going, Krieger.
Yeah, that's on cooldown.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it.
Alright, attackers, defenders, wake up. Make sure you're using your hero abilities. Use your unit abilities. You're going to push through. And the defenders, you're going to try and defend. So short sword should be at the front of that push. And that imp unit's... Okay. I
That's
see.
because the imp unit already used their walk accidentally, it seems like.
No. That's not what I was referring to. That was slick.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ooh, nice on the defender's side there. CCing down the
Actually,
40s.
Just a little tip: whoever was running the stalwarts, at a certain point, there were only enemies behind you and none in front of you, and you didn't rotate to face them.
Oh, that's pretty well done.
Alright, let's quickly reset. We got 1 minute. The 5 that weren't part of that defense, you're now the defenders.
Alright, so Aura, Thermite, Ted, Huggy Wuggy, Aronis, you're the attackers.
Again?
As we're resetting, here, a couple comments. Neither squad is communicating much. I want to
Yeah,
hear
not a
some
single
sort
word.
of communication, right? Like he said, your stalwarts were advancing down the staircase, and the only enemies were imp pikes to your side, and no one said anything.
Here, can you guys move the Impure Pikes real quick for my telescope?
Nope. Just the people that I called out, get to the front, get ready to go. Krieger, y'all guys ready?
Yeah, we only have 30 seconds. We need.
We're good.
Alright, attackers, go. Defenders, be ready to defend. Same kind of panic as in an actual battle here. Or urgency, sorry, not panic.
Watch that poleaxe, guys.
Palace guards flanking, watch out.
Beautiful, good communication. Nice flank, Huggy. And why are there woodcutters
Palace
here?
guard flank is what?
That's a really good push on offense there.
Yeah,
I had
That's a good job on
Palace
defense too.
cards left over, so.
Yeah, no, those Palace guards wrecked us. That was good shit.
Yeah,
Good job,
power
guys.
of Palace Guards.
Madao can
Um,
turn, but even Madao can